One distinguished manager to another couple. Between them, Alex Ferguson and Terry Venables have spent a staggering £21 million in their tantalising search for success. Manchester United have won nothing since the FA Cup in '85. Tottenham Hotspur have to hark a further year back for their last trophy, the UEFA Cup in '84. And for both clubs, with their proud traditions, enviable records and huge expectations, that is not good enough. Well, one of them's about to be disappointed in this year's Littlewoods Cup as the two sides come face-to-face in round 3 at Old Trafford. Our commentator is Martin Tyler.
Much talk here, of course, of Mark Hughes and Gary Lineker, but don't overlook Brian McClair, who relishes taking on Tottenham. He scored in all 4 of his First Division games against Spurs. Alex Ferguson thought hard about changing a winning team and bolstering his midfield, but he stuck by the side which was so successful at Coventry on Saturday. Manchester United have never won this competition, but Mal Donaghy took part in Luton's triumph in 1988, and Steve Bruce was also a winner with Norwich 4 years ago. Tottenham are without a trio of Pauls. Stewart and Walsh are suspended, Gascoigne injured. But Naeem has recovered from a knee problem, increasing the Barcelona influence on this glamorous tie, which not only includes Lineker and Hughes, but also the Tottenham manager, Terry Venables. The referee comes from much closer to home, Bob Nixon from the Wirral. The pitch still bears some of the markings here from the Rugby League International stage last weekend, but few of the scars. It's a mild night for what promises to be a frantic cup tie. Pallister. McClair, Phelan's gone beyond him. Forward from right back is Donaghy. It's now Phelan. Well, he was looking to thread it through to Brian McClair. Abbott clears. Allen and Fenwick being pressed. Manchester United trying to contain Tottenham in their own half, but mindful that in Lineker they've got the perfect product, really, to fashion a fast break. Ince. McClair. Essentially got a foot to it, has only held up Manchester United temporarily. Donaghy, Robson, McClair! The first opening comes the way of the player who has feasted on Tottenham in the past. And it was a crisp build-up by Manchester United. The referee had played an advantage earlier in the attack before Brian Robson clipped the pass through for McClair, who drilled his shot just past the post. Fenwick with the header. And that was always going to boil over from the moment that Hughes jumped into Fenwick as he headed the ball the first time. Fenwick then was angry enough to lunge into a tackle that Hughes didn't like, and 2 of the game's tougher characters involved in an incident that's produced a certain amount of concern from the players. Brian Robson, one of those players, indicating that a stretcher might be required. Well, Fenwick came in, and then Hughes went back at him. Well, it's not easy there to see exactly where the seriousness of the injury occurred. Now, Moran came on against Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday and scored a goal. Well, the stoppage into its 4th minute, and at Old Trafford, a sympathetic reaction for the plight of Terry Fenwick. Thomas flicks on from the free kick. If there is any undercurrent now because of that episode, the referee will be mindful of the challenges that might come up in the near future. For the moment, Tottenham have moved Paul Allen to right back. Hughes. Robson, it's the first test for Allen in his new role, but Moran comes back to help out. Paul Moran had been out of the First Division picture for some 10 months until he returned last Saturday. Lineker. This is Naeem. Samways. Lineker. Moran, it'll come for Lineker, he's free! And his hot streak continues. Manchester United conspicuous by their absence in front of Jim Leighton. Spurs celebrate on the terraces and on the field. And Lineker, having threaded the first pass out to Moran, ran on to collect the return with no marker anywhere near him. So, for Lineker now, 8 goals in this, his 7th game over that spell. A splendid spell for him. And this is how it happened. He was able to release the ball before Bruce got to him, and then ran on with all his alertness to shoot under Leighton and put Tottenham in front. Naeem got a boot to it. Back by Donaghy. Dropped over Howells towards McClare. Ince trying to force a way through. And it was more force than stealth. But he can vary it now. It's a good crack. Well, Paul Ince cost Manchester United, and he reacts to Moran. There was a comment passed before that little flare-up, and Bob Nixon has produced a notebook. I was going to say that Ince costs Manchester United £5,000 every time he plays a first-team game to West Ham in that complicated transfer deal. The goal then would have really been value for money, but it's not a goal, it is a booking for both players. And the two sides of Paul Ince were very much on view here. It was a splendid effort on his left foot. Look how close it was. Phelan essentially had taken the throw and has to sprint back into his line of defenders. He's back in the middle now. Clare is facing the goal. And Robson very nearly found it. McClare might have taken the shot himself. No one would really have complained. It was a good turn to lose Mabbutt, but he whipped it into the feet of Robson, who had to shoot under severe pressure from Paul Allen. Hughes. It's a clever turn. He's got players right and left. Here's Phelan to the right. Manchester United trying to mount the pressure and get level before half-time. And Torsvet is bundled in with Ince again and wisely pulling away. That was Tottenham's biggest problem so far from a set piece. Lee Sharp delivering the ball with plenty of pace and plenty of depth this time. Torsvet came but didn't get there. And in fact, McClare and Ince and Robson, who'd had 2 bites at it beyond the far post, couldn't beat the goalkeeper, who was besieged at the end. Lineker was free again, and there's an argument raging between Bruce and Pallister as to who should have picked him up. And they'll be wondering about that when the goal was scored as well. And Lineker got free again with 6 minutes of stoppage time played. Well, Gary Lineker scored here for Leicester, scored here for Everton, and now he scored for Tottenham. There was no doubt that the two number 10s would be in sharp focus, but Mark Hughes mentioned mostly for his involvement in the incident which led to Terry Fenwick going off with a broken leg. At half-time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Welcome back to Old Trafford. Tottenham leading Manchester United by 1-0, continuing their good form. Terry Venables admits we're not as good as some people are suggesting just because we've had a few good results, just as we weren't as bad as we were being described when we were down near the bottom of the table at the start of the season. Here's Hughes. And Phelan, within seconds of the restart, Michael Phelan, who got his first goal for Manchester United at Coventry on Saturday, isn't really renowned for that side of his game. But a better first touch then, and Manchester United were set up for the equaliser. Tottenham starting the second half then with a lapse in concentration, and that will have acted as a wrap over the knuckles for them. Pallister. Moran, Lineker's in there lurking, and that means danger to Manchester United until the offside flag went up. Moran. Lineker pulling right. Samways going ahead of him. That's beautifully constructed by Spurs, and Samways is in on goal. 2-0 to Tottenham. Cracking goal too. Scored by Samways, and Manchester United, whose defending has not been conspicuous by its excellence, they're caught out again, and this time Lineker is the provider. It was a marvellously thought out pass, and Samways ran on unattended, and his finish was calm and precise. Within 2 minutes of the restart, Tottenham have doubled their lead. Well, one scored by Gary Lineker and one made by him. Lineker. Hughes. Well, Gary Mabbott is one of the gentlemen of the game, but he mistimed his approach then. Manchester United are going to make a change. They're bringing on Giuliano Majorana, the winger born in Cambridge of Italian extraction, who comes on for Lee Martin. It's 1-on-1, and it's Lineker against Maldonaghy. Moran's got up in the centre, but Lineker didn't see him. So much is going Lineker's way, a round goal. You can't blame him for shooting, but it's not just his eye for a chance that's been conspicuous here. His all-round display has been top class. Donaghy. Tottenham hold a line on the edge of the area. Mabbott. Majorana, who's got plenty of trickery in his play. As you can see, Howells went impulsively for the ball and didn't get there. And Manchester United have a free kick in a position of real danger for Tottenham. This was how Howells came in, but it was a positive run. Oh, and Gary Pallister. Well, the telling sign there was the reaction of his teammates, who realised that it was a good opportunity. Well, a crowd of almost 46,000, the majority supporting Manchester United, and so far, once more, without a goal to cheer. Naeem. Van den Hauwe with the outside of the foot, almost inviting Lineker with the header. Robson. Now Ince. Won the tackle. He's got players to his left, and McClair through the middle. It's not a great angle for him. And it was getting more difficult with each stride. Paul Ince played a major role then, because he came solidly through a tackle and then went for a pass that had plenty of penetration about it. The player letting the ball do the work for him, but in the end it did too much work. This is Phelan. Majorana, is he in behind Tottenham? He is. It isn't going Manchester United's way. It was an inviting cross. It just skimmed away from Hughes at the near post. The salutes of a triumph that isn't yet secured, but there's only 7 minutes remaining. Pallister had to get there for Manchester United because Lineker was well positioned behind him. Hughes. Majorana, nothing to the right for Manchester United, maybe something through the centre, and it's a free kick. Free kick taken with Samway still down on the ground. He's up now. Lineker. Moran is there to the right. Paul Moran prepared to take it into the corner. Vinny Samways, I don't think he's going to finish the game here. He's looking towards the bench. Here's Howells. Naeem, 3. The perfect conclusion for a team and a tactical triumph for Tottenham Hotspur. And Naeem, who laboured hard in the overall cause down the left-hand side, was able to measure up a volley here that sped past Leighton, perfectly placed. Thomas. Spurs still sprightly. Van den Hauwe. Everyone wants to get in on the act. Lineker. Oh. So sharp. Well, the scoreline will look bad enough for Manchester United at 3 on their own ground. It could have been 4. And Brian Robson has been involved in an incident here with Howells. Robson, who was booked at Coventry on Saturday, and gets another yellow card. 1 minute of stoppage time played. Tottenham are into the fourth round of the Littlewoods Cup. Gary Lineker scored one and then made the crucial goal for Vinnie Samways 2 minutes after half-time, and there was no coming back for Manchester United from that position. Naeem added a third. The one distasteful part of the evening for Tottenham, the loss of Fenwick, not just tonight, but for some time with a broken leg. Manchester United still short of the consistency, disappointing at Old Trafford again, but Spurs are now enjoying a splendid sequence of success, and their next stop is Anfield on Sunday. It's live on the match. The final score at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3.
Terry, in many ways it was a splendid night for Tottenham Hotspur, but in one way it wasn't, with the Terry Fenwick injury. Can we deal with that first of all? What's the verdict on his injury, and how did you see the incident?
Well, it looks like he has broken his leg. I couldn't see the incident very well because it was the far side of the ground, so I didn't really get a good idea, and the press asked me about it, but I couldn't really see it.
What did your players say to you
I
about
really
it?
haven't had a chance to talk to them very much about it. I've been on the phone myself, and but there didn't seem any complaints.
What about the performance overall? I described it as a tactical triumph.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but I thought we played well, and I thought the boys played splendidly, really, all around the team. They played good football, kept their heads, and finished well.
Was there any undercurrent during the game because of Terry Fenwick's broken leg?
No, not at all. I mean, those things happen. I didn't really see the incident myself. It's just a shame for Terry, and actually, when something like that happens to one of your players, it makes you more determined to sort of win it, perhaps for him, and it would be nice if we could sort of go all the way now, and let's just hope he recovers as quickly as possible.
I remember before your time at Tottenham, the players went all the way to the FA Cup final for Danny Thomas, they were saying. Do you think we might have the same thing here for Terry Fenwick?
Well, it'd be nice to think so. Let's hope he can recover before the final happens anyway.
And just to put it on the record again, because Mark Hughes was involved, there was a lot of speculation. As far as Tottenham are concerned, no complaints.
No, not as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know, as I said, I've not spoke to the players fully, but the short time I was in the dressing room, there weren't any complaints, no.
I think that's a relief, isn't it? The Manchester United manager, Alex Ferguson, acknowledged that injury to Terry Fenwick was a turning point. He said, and he'll be sorry about the pun, it's a funny thing to say, but when Fenwick went off, it was a good break for Spurs. When Moran came on, his pace was always a threat to us.